Hey everyone, Hassan here. I believe we are live. I am joined by the great ShukuenShinobi.
Hello.
So we are doing this little live stream. Thought it'd be fun. I know it's been a little while since I've done a live stream, and I thought it'd be cool to do one. And I figured I'd get a guest on here as well, ShukuenShinobi, and kind of have some fun as well. So I think pretty soon I should start to see the chat pop up here. It's kind of on a bit of a delay. Oh, I see the chat. There we go. But people still say it's starting soon. So I'll start seeing your comments in a second, I'm sure. So say hi and post questions, whatever. We'll just kind of just chat. I mean, we don't really have any specific topics, I guess, for today. Just wanted to do a fun little live stream and just kind of, yeah, I don't know. I guess, Brian, let's start with talking about Orion on Super Mega Force, since that's kind of the most recent stuff. What are your thoughts on Orion?
A very much necessary addition to the show. um, I've said this a couple times. The fact that you're adding a character right away with so much backstory is great in a group in which we know very little about. So
yeah, he has more backstory already than anybody else on the show.
Exactly, and we've had this team here for an entire 26 or so episode run, and we know more about this one guy that's been on the show for like 1.5 episodes. I think that's kind of weird, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, he's definitely interesting. I thought his episodes were pretty fun. I liked how they tried to like play it up, big time. Like, I wonder who this is, throughout the entire episode, and have this big reveal and everything. It was kind of fun. The one thing that I was wondering though is, like, I remember the episode summary came out for it, and it mentioned something about like how the Quantum Ranger gave him his Zord and stuff. So I was like expecting something, but there was like literally not even a mention of that at all.
Nope.
I was like, where did that come from? I don't
Like
know.
I wasn't expecting Dan Southwest to actually appear, but something, considering what everything was pointing towards in terms of descriptions and stuff. I think it was on the Mega Bloks page. I was like, oh, it was given to him by the Quantum Ranger. But
Yeah.
no, it comes from the future, at least, thanks to the wonderful thing of stock footage. But
Right.
so it's something, at least. My headcanon is basically that it is an upgraded Q-Rex from the year 3014 or whatever. And they just took the Q-Rex, they upgraded it, and they know of the threat that's currently in the present, so when he summons it, they send it, or whatever. I don't know. It works, though.
Yeah, I suppose. That's probably better than anything we're ever going to get on the show. So.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, that was definitely pretty interesting. Let's see who's here in the chat. We have another guest on the show. He's very excited to be there.
Look at the camera.
So, hi to, let's see, White Thunders 4668, Snowy Cougar 101, Chargers Fan for Life, Marlo Thomas, Jason Ranger, Chris Hutchinson, Karyu Hirokin, Silurian Ranger, the 122002, Tyler De Olimpio, Domao MMPR, and anyone else that's there. Hello, everyone. So yeah.
Is this visible to me anywhere?
I just pulled up the YouTube link just to the actual page where people would watch the stream, and that's where they have like the chat.
Got it.
So that's the only way I can figure out to pull up the chat. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it does that. Although it kind of, I don't see anybody chatting anymore, so I wonder if it like stopped. Let me refresh the page and see if like people are saying stuff and I just can't see it. But ooh, I saw something pop up that's not Power Rangers related, like a related video, but that would be a fun topic. The Super Smash Brothers. Have you been following all the recent like news and stuff for that?
I'm so excited. I'm also getting mauled to death. But Fine, get down. But yeah, no, I've been a huge Smash fan since the 64 days, and so far, I mean, I like everything I see. I'm hoping for a couple new characters before it actually comes out, and I know they were saying something about that the roster is gonna be smaller than Brawl, but I don't see that actually happening. I really don't. There's not too many slots left if that's the case.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of people that need to be returning, and of course more new characters too. So
Right. Yeah, it's I don't I really don't see that happening either. They have to have more people in there. I mean, I don't know. The I thought I know you're a Pokemon fan. The reveal of Greninja, were you expecting that at all?
no, I really wasn't. It makes sense. But I was expecting possibly the return of Mewtwo,
Right.
given the fact that he has Megas. Um, but I'm perfectly happy with Greninja because it's my favorite of the X and Y starters. But no, I think it's cool, but I absolutely wasn't expecting it at all.
Yeah, when he was first there and he was kind of charging up, I thought it was like Mewtwo doing like his psychic thing, and I was like, Mewtwo's back, and I was getting excited, and then it was Greninja, and I was like, oh wait, never mind.
I'm
But
still excited. Mhm.
yeah, no, it should be pretty awesome. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Tyler DeOlympia is asking if we're doing Q&A. Yes, we are. So if you guys have questions, post them, and we will try and answer them. Butters Nelson is asking about if we think Bandai will continue the Legacy series.
I definitely think they will continue it. I'm not sure in which fashion. I don't think we'd be seeing anything outside of the 3 seasons of MMPR, honestly. As much as we as fans want it, a decent amount of legacy sales actually just comes from nostalgia people. And and so I see them possibly doing like a Saba, as expensive as that would be, I think. But I could see them doing that. Maybe move on to the Thunder Zords, but it's hard to say. But they're running out of options.
Right.
So and we'll see what happens. But I want it to, just because all the products they release are absolutely beautiful. But I'd like to see different things that aren't MMPR, but I don't think we're going to see it.
Right. Yeah, I think, like you said, Saba, I think, is probably maybe the next thing they would announce if they do any more. Then after that, I don't know how much more they would continue with it. I know they're saying, like, oh, yeah, the Legacy line is doing great and we want to do more with it, but I don't know. I really don't know if I see them really continuing.
They're shelf warming pretty bad, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Although Titanus, as expensive as that's going to be, I am very excited for that.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I really hope a coupon lines up when that thing comes out.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of need it.
Yeah, I never had like Titanus or the Dragon Zord or even the regular Megazord when I was a kid. I got the 2010 Megazord, so that was the first time I got the original one. But so it's been kind of cool to get like a lot of the legacy items since then.
I'm one of the few people that actually likes the 2010 one more than the original, but
I mean, I've seen pictures of the original, and I honestly, I haven't had the original, but I think the 2010 one looks much better. Just the look of it is not like it's not as blocky and stuff, and it looks,
yeah.
I don't know, it looks better to me.
I'm not a big
I guess.
blocky person.
Yeah. Let's see.
I mentioned it in my review when I did it a long time ago that I was like, I kind of like this one more. It looks better, and like all the comments were just like, the original's the best. You suck. I just rolled with it. People are people. YouTube's the worst.
You're always gonna get those kinds of interesting comments, no
yeah.
matter what. Even though the thing could literally be like the wrong, like, they could be completely different colors. They could have like a blue, Tyrannosaurus or something, and they're like, oh no, I don't care, the original's better, it's more accurate. It's like, no, no, it's different color. Do you even know what you're talking about? Like, people could be completely,
Especially when the originals got all like the wrong stickers and stuff because they changed all the stickers.
True, yeah, true.
2010 was actually more accurate.
Let's see, Jason Ranger saying, what do you guys think of the UK exclusive Power Ranger toys, mainly Lauren, the Mystery Ranger? I guess they're more. I don't know if they necessarily planned them to be UK exclusives. I think it was more along the lines of they just never released them in the US and they happened to pop up in the UK.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever planned as such. They weren't like, oh, this is a mystery, it's a UK exclusive. Because the Morphicon set of Hyper, not Hyper, that's the Japanese one, Shark Attack and the purple samurai villain thing.
The Mooger.
Oh, these names. That booklet on the back had Mystery Ranger on it. So they planned it for a US release. It just didn't happen because the toys don't particularly sell enough, especially at the end of the line, because everyone bought what they wanted and they're just sitting there. So restocks don't happen, and those waves toward the end of the line usually don't get sent out, so we never get that stuff. So the UK gets all our leftovers.
Yeah.
Happened in RPM too.
Right. And with Megaforce, they had the Build and Morph Go Say Great.
Yeah.
That was another
one.
one.
That was planned here, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Because I thought Raz found it in Toys R Us computer or something, and that never came out either.
But I had a promo card and everything. I ended up importing that one because of the card. Because at the time I was like, I'm gonna collect all the cards, and next thing I know,
there with you.
Next thing I know, I have a binder right here next to me with so many empty spots.
Yep, the fruits of our labor are for naught.
I mean, they're cool cards, but it's like...
Yeah, it's still just annoying that... Because all they had to do is kind of look at it and space it out properly, instead of having this, like, 200 card gap of promos and not filling them in properly. Like, if you would have just did, like, 1 to 100... and had the toy releases consecutive with like the number on the card, you wouldn't have had this issue. But no, they just kind of spewed out random numbers with random toys and DVDs and games and such like. So
right, yeah, that was just that was kind of annoying. And then it was kind of like after a while, I just sort of fizzled out of it. I was like, you know what? Like the putty came out in the UK with the card. I was like, I already have the putty. I'm not gonna import it just for the card now. At this point, it's just not worth it now. And I had all these videos planned for like Series 3 and 4, like, and I was like gonna do them in anticipation of Series 5, which is not gonna happen at this point.
Yeah,
so.
I'm pretty sure that's all but canned at this point. We haven't heard anything. They had the UK release, but all the cards are really stupid looking.
Right.
They don't have the names on them. They're just the seasons.
Right.
It's really stupid, but yeah, I don't see Series 5 happening, which is kind of annoying. And like you said, just the amount of some toys that got to the UK that we didn't get have cards that we're never going to get. And like you said, at the point I just fizzled out of it. There was several things at the end of the line. The exclusive blaster set I never got that had like 5 cards in it. The Robo Knight and Blue Ranger training sets I never got. Those had cards in it too. I saw it on clearance. It was like $13. I said I still don't want to pay that, and I just walked away. Like,
yeah, I picked those up like on Black Friday because I wanted to get the cards, and then literally they sat unopened for at least 2 months. Because I was gonna do a video just for the cards. I didn't care about them, but literally they sat there for like 2 months, unopened, until finally I did a review. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Let's see. I've been seeing what some people have been saying in the comments. So by the way, to everybody in the comments, you can check out the link to ShukuenShinobi's channel in the description box below, so check that out. Check out his channel. We actually got to hang out last summer, right? I think it was last summer. So we did some videos that I think my channel has the video of us going toy hunting, and we stumbled upon the Megaforce, the Red Ranger, the FX, Red Ranger, which that was fun. And then his channel
never shuts up.
yeah, right. And his channel is a video of us playing the card game and stuff. So check that out. Let's see what else people are saying. How many Ranger keys do you have? Do you have all of the currently released keys?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've got all of basically everything you could possibly own at this point. I have it. The only one I don't have is that like glittery red that's in the training set. That's the only one that exists that I don't have as of right now.
Right. So that question was like William OA, by the way. So hi, William. Yeah, I don't know whether to count all of those as different or not, because they're all like, one is slightly translucent, one is slightly more glittery. It's like, but I got the deluxe set for the buckle because it's very shiny. I like shiny. It's right here. I have to grab this shininess. Like that's the thing. Like Bandai can make the worst toy ever or something. Like you push a button, it doesn't flip, but it's shiny. It's shiny. That's like yes. That's how they can get me right there. Re-release all the toys in like shiny gold versions. I will buy them all.
Like the Gosei Morpher?
yes, that. That is the key to success right there, Bandai. Shiny.
Chrome.
If they're worried about the female keys selling, release shiny versions of them, metallic versions. I mean,
just make them all gold and shiny.
We now have a gold Pink Ranger key.
They're all gold.
That's how Bandai will troll us. Power Morphicon exclusive. Gold keys of the female Rangers. Let's see what else people have been saying. I saw a comment. Silurian Ranger was asking. Shout out to him, by the way. He's awesome.
Hi, George.
Who are you most excited to see at Power Morphicon? So I know you're going to Power Morphicon.
Yes. It's such a generic answer, but it's really cool that Austin St. John's back in the circuit.
Yes.
So it'll be really cool to see him just because he's been MIA in the Middle East since Morphicon 1. So it's cool that he's back. So I'm kind of looking forward to meeting him just because he's basically outside of Amy Jo, like the last MMPR person that I haven't met yet. And so I'm looking forward to meeting with him. Matt Austin's going to be there, and I haven't met him yet. So I'm really looking forward to that, given how much I love SPD. And Bridge as a character, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Buttery.
Off the top of my head, those are the first two that come to my mind right away.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be cool. I mean, I wish I could go to Power Morphicon. I won't be able to. But maybe in the next time or something, like 2 years from now or whenever. But I'm always excited to see all the pictures and videos and everything. Just the panels are always so much fun to kind of watch and see. Especially the ones that like come out of nowhere. Like you haven't seen them in like forever, and suddenly they pop up. You're like, oh my gosh, I forgot about them. They're back.
Yeah.
So that's always kind of neat. Like I know they just announced. I guess they're gonna have the entire cast of Wild Force, including oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name. The guy that played Merrick.
Philip Andrews.
Right. Yeah. So that's gonna be kind of cool.
For a long while.
Yeah. Right. It's like Wild Force. I really want to go back and rewatch it, but it was kind of low on terms of my favorites there. It wasn't really that great for me, at least when I first watched it, but even so, like I'd still be so excited to see the cast there and kind of, talk with most of them at least.
It's always cool when they get a full group, or at least almost a full group, since they can bounce stories back and forth. It always makes the panels a little more interesting. Then when you're like, oh, it's a SPD panel, and they got like 2 people there. So it's always more interesting when you have like a full group because the stories get pretty in depth with people remembering different things and stuff. Not that the smaller panels aren't bad; they're just as good. But the group ones are always a really fun time.
Yeah. Um, the 122002 is asking. He said, "RRR the movie too."
Yep,
Um,
we'll be filming. We'll be filming.
Sweet. That was actually like I loved watching that last time. That was so much fun. I actually rewatched that not last night, the night before, like most of it, because I was just all reading about Morphicon and stuff. I was just like, I don't know, I want to go back and just like watch it. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
Um,
we've got a lot of plans for random bits.
nice, nice.
So I need to stock up on SD cards and batteries for my camera, or else we're gonna
I'm
have
excited
problems.
about that. I'm very excited about that. Um, why are there a bunch of people saying it's a hoax? It's a hoax. April Fool's Day joke.
He asked about energy chasers.
I was like, cause I thought we were talking about like the Wild Force cast coming back. I was like, I don't think that's a joke. Um, but gotcha. Let's see what else. But yeah, maybe eventually I'll try and maybe 2 years from now I'll go to the next Paramorphicon or something. I went to AwesomeCon and I got to meet some cast members for the first time. David Yost, Walter Jones. That was fun. But like I
Yeah,
think
they're
Morphicon's
both really
especially
cool
cool.
people.
Yeah, I think Morphicon's especially cool because like you get to meet all the other fans and stuff too. You know.
Yeah, and as much as I do like the actors quite a bit, nothing quite beats the experience of, I mean, as a YouTuber, meeting so many people that recognize you and want to talk to you and say hi. That is quite an experience in itself. And then getting to meet so many people that you talk to online. I got to meet quite a few people that I interact with on Twitter all the time there last year, so that was really cool. And as much as the celebrities are awesome, meeting the people that you've been associating with for so long on the internet in person is actually just a really cool experience in itself. So it's like a double win thing.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm ready. Power Morphicon like East Coast. Come on now. I'm like that
Yeah,
would make
that
it
would be
so much
so
easier.
nice. It
Although
would
it'd
be
be
a
much
lot
harder.
smaller scale, I'm sure, but
Yeah.
even something smaller on the East Coast would be nice, just to have that option.
Right. Let's see. PR Max is asking, what Power Ranger team do you want to have an America release for SH Figuarts?
Uh, that's fairly irrelevant to me now, but um, it's less team and more specific people for me. Um, Shadow Ranger from SPD, I would buy in a heartbeat. Drago Ranger from Dino Thunder, I would buy in a heartbeat.
Yes.
Um, World War Knight has one already. It's not PR related, but I really want them to finish the Go Busters because I'm keeping
Hmm.
those. But yeah, Shadow Ranger and Drago Ranger are two of my all-time favorite suits. So I would buy those in a heartbeat. Either Korag or Wolf Warrior, I would buy in a
Ooh.
heartbeat. Just because those are really, really beautiful suits. So those would be my top three. I know they're not really teams, and it kind of avoids the question, but those are my
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. I guess for me, I mean, yeah, those suits, all the ones you mentioned, are awesome. And I don't know. I guess I like the idea of having the full teams. I don't really necessarily care which ones, but just having a whole team on display is always nice.
Yeah.
Um, so like I'll probably be getting all the Ninja Storm ones, and of course Mighty Morphin, I guess. Yeah. So I guess I don't know.
Ninja Storm
Um,
ones are really good.
yeah. Let's see what else we got in the chat.
Anthony Delaney I think I hopefully said that right. Says, how much money do you usually bring to Power Morphicon for buying toys and stuff? As much as you physically can. um, okay, let me put it this way. California is a very expensive place. Uh, and so when you go, you have to factor in flight, which actually wasn't that big of an issue. Fly Southwest, they're really cheap. Hotel is a total pain in the butt. That is not cheap ever. So you have to factor in hotel, but completely not factoring in that, you have to remember that you need to eat or you'll die. So you have to factor in food, which can get a little bit pricey, especially if you don't have a mode of transportation. If you're just there to be there and you don't have a rental car, I don't remember any sort of fast food that's really close besides a Subway, which isn't really all that cheap. So you have to factor in that. There is a lot of restaurants nearby, though. We ate out every single night when we were there, and that got pricey fast. But in terms of toys and stuff, really, it depends on how much you plan on buying. If you have like a shopping list, try to plan accordingly and bring what you feel you need. Autographs are kind of the thing where you will probably dump most of your money. Because the autographs range from anywhere from like $5 to $30 a person, depending on how much they're willing to charge. So if you're going there for autographs, you have to make sure you have a ton of money, especially if you're getting a lot of autographs. If you're just focused on toys, it's fairly easy to kind of get an idea of how much you need, but long story short, just bring a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean, I just saw David Yost and Walter Jones at AwesomeCon, and that added up. Just two of them. So
it really does.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I went, I didn't even get that many autographs. I've got maybe... God, I don't even know how many people were there, but I probably left with only like 10 or so autographs, and I still spent a ton of money. So, yeah, I didn't buy a whole lot last year because I was really, really poor at the time. Trying to plan a little bit better this year.
Yeah. I wish, well, I guess it's hard to say because you don't know who's going to charge what, you know? So it's hard
That's the thing, is you can't plan for autographs because you never really know. A safe rule is always assume at least 15 for whoever you want, because some will end up being cheaper, some will end up being more expensive, and it will kind of balance out a little bit.
Right. Yeah, for me, I think I prefer, like, autographs are nice, but if they have, like, photo ops or something instead, like, if you can take it, or at least just at the booth, you know, or something, you go up to them and get a picture with them, to me, that's, like, more, like, memorable and stuff. But now, like, a lot of people started charging for those and stuff, too, so that can also add up as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of people charging for pictures, which is kind of absurd to me, but to each their
own. Let's see. Thoughts on Tokyo?
It is a fun show that I enjoy watching every week, yet it's not up there enough for me to consistently be excited every week. Like, it's really weird. I watch it and I'm like, well, that was really fun. I enjoyed it. But I'm not sitting there going, oh my god, I can't wait till it comes out. It'll be so exciting. So it's just kind of one of those fun things that I enjoy after I witness it. Before that, it's just the thing I do. It's weird. I don't know. I'm strange.
No, that kind of makes sense. The question's from White Thunders 4668. I don't know, Tokyo. I mean, I'm kind of behind like 2, maybe 3 episodes at this point. But I'll probably catch up maybe tonight or something. It's so far, at least, it might be the first Sentai that I end up watching roughly like throughout while it's airing. I've tried many years in a row to start watching the Sentai season and always stopped, except like Shinkenger and Gokaiger I saw both of, but that was after the fact. I saw the entire seasons. And a bunch of the other ones I saw like maybe 10 episodes, and then I just, for whatever reason, I stopped. Not that I didn't like them, I don't know, just got
Things
busy
get
and
in
I
the way
just couldn't keep up with
sometimes.
it.
I
Yeah.
know how that goes. That happens to me with a lot of programs. It just sometimes things get in the way, or you just don't have enough time to dedicate to it. So it
Mhm.
happens. I understand.
And it's like, because it's not airing on TV, so I can't just set it on my DVR and watch it. It's like I
Right.
have to keep track of, wait, is the sub out for this episode yet? You know, it's like you got to keep track of some of those things.
Hmm.
But there's that. But I've been loving the toys for it. I mean, just the whole
Oh
train
yeah, me
gimmick
too.
has been so awesome. It has been so much fun. I can't wait to like get all of them and just line it up into one super long train. That's gonna be pretty crazy. Um,
I'm hoping by the time that everything comes out, that I'll be able to like stretch it across my entire living room. Because Bolt Matrix actually mentioned this in his video. Like the 8 that are out right now, um, stretch to almost 7 feet. So, and we still got build, police, fire, and the safari components at least, and we still have another toy catalog at some point in the future that'll for sure have more big ass trains in it. So,
and then add in all
uh,
the previous Sentai trains too, and
yep,
it just gets even bigger.
there's gonna be like there's 6 announced of those, and then I don't have them sitting out anymore. Then you have things like scope and shield and
Yeah.
energy and stuff. It's gonna be a long train, and I'm really looking forward to it. I love it so much.
I wish they weren't so easy to like they are so loosely connected, so you can't
Mm-hmm.
really even drag it anywhere unless it's like
Yeah,
on very solid.
yeah. I wish they connected uh, better, so that you could kind of wheel them around.
Right.
But I mean, I'm like you. I grew up with like Thomas and stuff, so this is
Yeah.
like completely right up my alley, and I'm so excited that they're finally doing trains.
I
Because
know.
I wasn't
It's
into
like what
like
took
Kamen
so
Rider at the
long.
time. Yeah, I know. Because I wasn't into Kamen Rider at the time that Deno came out, so I didn't really get to savor the trainness of that series. So it's nice that this pops up at the time it did, so I can be all excited for trains. Tokyo's over there. I was gonna grab him, but he's all the way over there.
Right. Yeah. No. Definitely. That's what kind of makes me happy.
Hmm.
No. And I can't wait to see like whatever they do with the Power Ranger version of it. Like I'm sure, what if they have like a remote control, version of like a train or something, or I don't know, that'd be a fun little thing, like a battery powered thing or something.
I'd buy it.
Um, yeah, yeah, for sure. I'm telling myself that after Super Mega Force, I wanted to cut down on everything, but I mean, if they go for that, like I can't resist. Like some of it, it's like I just can't. I can't stop myself.
It's hard. It's hard to resist.
Yeah, definitely. Um, let's see. Christian King's asking if I've ever seen Kamen Rider and what do I think of the Lock Seeds. I have not actually followed a Kamen Rider season. I've tried a couple times, like a little bits of them, and they're not bad. Like I enjoyed some of what I saw, but again, it's like I have a hard enough time even keeping track of some of the Sentai. So I don't know. I love like whenever they have like the what was it, Superhero Tyson, like the Kamen Rider Super Sentai thing. I love Kamen Rider Decade. Just the sounds, like whenever they put the thing in the morpher, it's like, or like in uh, the announcer guy, like when they put the keys, the Ranger keys in Go Kaiser, like all those voices and stuff. Like it's always just, it makes it more epic, it makes it more fun, and it's like it always gets me excited about whatever they're doing. So Kamen Rider Gaim looks like it's one of those other ones that looks really odd at first, but it seems like it would be so much fun. So that might be one that I go back and kind of watch like once it's done or something.
It is very much a drama. It, it really is. It's a very, very beautifully written show. And with the gimmick, you would think that it's very like upbeat and fun, and it really isn't. But it's an amazing, amazing show. definitely.
Yeah, I will definitely have to go back and watch that at some point. Let's see what else. Anthony Delaney said, "Did anyone in the comments know about the Stan Lee thing? What's Stan Lee thing? I don't know. What's
It,
going on?"
it popped up a couple days ago. He wanted to bring over Sun Vulcan a very long time ago.
Oh, that article. Is that what they're talking about?
Hmm.
Yes, yes, I think so. I saw that article. That was interesting. Makes me wonder if he had brought it over, what it would be like how things would have been different.
I,
That would
I'm
be very
I'm debating
interesting.
whether it was if it was even if it would even last as long as it did. 'Cause I mean, a lot of PR success was that it was dinosaur themed and came out when it did. So I think if it came out in the 80s with Sun Vulcan, I don't know if we would still have it. If it timed up appropriately to where they had in the 80s and then the license expired and then Saban picked it up and did the whole Power Rangers thing, then we could still be here today. But I think if it was a straight shot from the 80s, I don't know if it would still be here today. It might, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
But it's
Until
definitely really
then,
interesting.
I guess we can consider Sun Vulcan new powers or
I
Blitz
don't
or
think
whatever else
they
they
used
have.
Sun Vulcan yet. They had a chance to. They didn't use it yet.
Power Rangers New Powers, the exclusive series that never happened, coming back never.
uh, let's see.
Well, I mean, there's a simple explanation for it, so
Yeah,
it's all good.
it's all good. Waiting for the explosions.
Let's see. What else are people saying? Yeah, I guess just keep posting comments and stuff. We'll try and answer stuff as it goes. Looks like we have 46 people watching now. So hi everybody. To everybody, let's see who else is in there. Mario Master, Kiefer Martin, Sentai Rider, Christian King, whoever else. I've mentioned a couple other people before. Esta the Gamer. So hello everybody.
Hey, hello.
And if you haven't already, check out the description box. Subscribe to ShukuenShinobi, although you probably are already because he's awesome. And subscribe to me as well. I'm very, 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 very close to 10,000 subscribers, so that is exciting. You might be my 10,000th subscriber, so go for it.
You get a thumbs up if you are. Let's see. Matt T
Everybody
said.
keeps messaging me. My phone is like going crazy. Stop it.
Matt T says, "What is your favorite Super Sentai?" I know your choices are fairly limited, but
I mean, I guess Go Kaiser. I mean, that's. I mean, it was so much fun. I mean, part of it was because I had only really seen all of Shinkenger, and I'd seen little bits of other Sentais. So Gokaiger not only... I mean, I love the suits, first of all. The suits are epic. I love them. That's why I was excited about Super Mega Force and buying the toys and stuff. I love the characters and the whole story behind it. I thought that was fun. And in a way, it kind of introduced me to so many different things about Super Sentai, especially all the tribute episodes. I kind of got a little taste of different things. So it was just overall a lot of fun. But Tokyo so far has been, pretty cool as well. So, yeah. What about you?
Go Busters. Definitely Go Busters with Geki Ranger not too far behind it, and then my number 3 slot's Magi Ranger.
Gotcha. What was the first Sentai that you watched?
The first one that I watched was Shinkenger, because I thought PR was dead. And
Yeah, I think that's
but
kind of how I got into it too, I think.
yeah, I think the first one I finished was Geki Ranger, because I think I finished Geki before Shinken ended. I honestly don't remember that, but so it's Geki and Shinken in a way.
Gotcha. Like,
So
when did you... I was saying, when did you even know that Super Sentai, like, existed, I guess.
Um, quite a while ago, I knew that PR was an adaptation of a Japanese show a very, very, very long time ago. But I never really paid attention to it or really acknowledged any of it until probably about the time I got back into the fandom around SPD. Because I had access to the internet and everything, so I knew everything about the Sentai, and so I was looking it up and everything. But so I knew about it for a while, but I didn't really pay any attention to it until I got back into things. And even then, I didn't start really focusing anything on Sentai until I started watching Shinkenger.
Gotcha. I want to say, I mean, I think I knew, I don't know, at one point, that it was based on a Japanese show, but I didn't really know anything about it until
Mm-hmm.
I think Aba Ranger. Because I remember hearing, Tommy's coming back, and I started looking up stuff, and I saw clips of Aba Ranger, and I just remember being so fascinated by it because of how different Sentai was, like how like it could be so goofy and stuff, and like it
Yeah.
was just so intriguing to me. And I watched like the first, I don't know, 10, 15 episodes of Aba Ranger, and it kind of got me like I kind of started to get a bit more familiar with the Sentai since then, I guess.
Right.
Let's see. Captain Rogers says he liked my 20th anniversary Power Rangers video. Thank you, and thank you for your service to Shield. Thank you. Hail Hydra. Let's see. Let's a bunch of people talking about their different Sentais. E0ARE. A lot of these names, you guys make it so difficult to pronounce. I fell in love with Sentai after watching Zero Ranger a few years ago. Alan Perez is your favorite Power Ranger show. What is your favorite season?
SPD. Not by a whole lot, but I think overall, SPD ends up being my favorite. But I mean, I do love In Space, Time Force, Dino Thunder, RPM, etc., etc. There's very few seasons that I dislike a lot. There is a couple of them, but SPD definitely ends up ranking really high on there. It's a mix of things. It's a show that got me back into the franchise, and it was the first cast that I met. And then I love the atmosphere of the show, the style of the show. So there's just so many things for it that even though it does have a little bit of a sloppy middle, it still might ends up being my favorite to watch. I just enjoy it.
Gotcha. I'm trying to think. My favorite, if I had to pick, I would maybe say Time Force. But I mean, I have a bunch of like In Space was great. I like Dino Thunder, RPM. I mean, pretty much like your standard ones that everybody says, I guess.
Yeah, and I hate it because like I fit in that mold of favorites outside of SPD. SPD is a season that a lot of people like either love or hate. It seems like.
Right.
But I mean, like RPM, Space, Time Force, they're just all such standard answers, but they're standard for a reason. They're really good.
Yeah, I mean, it just has a lot of memories and stuff too. Because like In Space, it's like if you watch it growing up as a kid, I feel like it means more than if you were to go back and watch it now in a way. Because it's like everything all these years built up to that finale in Space.
Yeah.
And it was like that moment when they revealed, the Power Rangers' identity to the public. As a kid, it was like mind blown. Like what?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody knows there's Power Rangers, and Bulk and Skull's face. They're the Power Rangers. It was like all these years, that moment. It added so much to that. So it's like you just can't. I don't know. You can't beat like some of those things. But yeah, I don't know. Somebody mentioned Robo Knight in a comment, and I wanted to ask what you thought. What is Robo Knight up to? I mean, we know he's doing the laundry for the Power Rangers, but what is Robo Knight really up to? What do you think?
Um, it, my thought was that he was trying to get help, and I thought he would tie into contacting Orion somehow, but that obviously didn't happen. Uh, Now maybe he is trying to get help from all the older Power Rangers. Maybe I don't. There's has to be a reason why he's gone outside the footage reasons, obviously, but uh, like he just up and vanished, and now like Troy's crying every night because he doesn't have his lover. So it's it's weird, and I hope it's a simple like logical explanation and not like, oh, I was recharging for 5 months. It's okay, I'm back now. Like I want it to be something worthwhile that he's been gone because I like Robo Knight a lot, and I'm sad that he's gone.
Right.
So
Yeah, like Robo Knight was one of the most interesting characters, and then he's gone, and they bring in Orion finally, and he's interesting. It's like the main cast themselves, we don't know much about, but the six, characters we do.
We really know nothing about the Megaforce Rangers at all.
I mean, let's see. Jake likes Gia. Gia is tough. Emma likes to take pictures. Noah is smart. And Troy he's very he sticks to him. He just kind of is off on his own a lot. I mean, that's pretty much it. And they all never get to eat froyo, which makes me very sad. I don't know. My guess for Robo Knight, what I've been thinking is kind of what you mentioned, that like maybe he'll come back and bring all the legendary Rangers, and that will be like his big thing or something. I don't know. But how he managed to even find them all this stuff, of course, we're not going to get answers to it. He's going to pop back up. It's like, Robo Knight, you're back, and I brought all these Rangers with me, and then there we go. And finale and done.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting at this point.
Esteta Gamer says Troy and Robo Knight still have a better relationship than the one in Twilight. I've only seen the first Twilight movie, but certainly better than that, I guess. Ranger Collector 62492 says he's sorry he has to go. There's a tornado hitting his house. Pretty sure that takes priority, so hope everything is okay. And yeah, stay safe. And let's see.
A couple up. Jason Ranger said rather, he's on the gold mode and Morpher. It makes sense in the Sun type, but not Super Mega Force. Yes and no. I mean, logically speaking, the Morpher is more or less connected to the morphing grid and pulled the power from the six Rangers. And Robo Knight, despite only being active for about a year, has existed for quite a long time. He was just sleeping or frozen, or I forgot what Megaforce did. But so he's existed for quite a long time, and being what he is, I'm sure he was connected to the morphing grid. So the fact that the Morpher actually has his face on it really isn't that big of a deal for us, because he's existed. So it's not like a huge stretch. I mean, it's strange considering he was part of the show that is still on. But I mean, powers wise, it doesn't seem like a huge stretch to me. But
right, yeah. I mean, I think that I'm not bothered by that at all. I think that seems okay. Like if they had actually used that footage of him talking to the other six Rangers and Robo Knight was there or something, then I would be like, all right, that's a little weird. But him being on the Morpher, I don't think is that bad. Mm-hmm. There's other little things that I would complain about more, like the fact that one time Noah went automatically to Super Mega Mode, which completely defeated the point of the entire Megaforce suits being in the show, which is like, what?
Like, I hate that so much because the the footage they used was such a perfect opportunity. The Ghost Amorphers were rusted over and they were destroyed, basically, and they needed new powers, so they got the Super Megaforce powers. But no, he fixed them for whatever reason, and now like, oh, we need to be Mega first so we can go Super Mega, but apparently not. Apparently, if you will it, you can just go Super Mega right away.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, that was really awkward, the idea of it, but I don't really mind it so much. What it's weird is like one episode, it's like he goes straight to Super Mega. Another episode, everybody else is in Super Mega mode and they're transforming to other Rangers, and Noah I think stays as like the Mega Force Ranger or something. So it's like one episode it's a power up, and then another episode it's not. It's like, what is going on? And I don't even know.
It's a very
and then new
inconsistent
powers
thing.
just randomly in there too. Like, I don't know.
It's quite a bit of mess.
I wonder, with Dino Charge and stuff, how that's going to be, especially with Chip being back. We'll have to see. If I guess Jonathan Zacher, I'm assuming he'll still be around, just not as an executive producer or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard both sides. I've heard that he's still there. I've heard that he isn't there at all. So I'm not sure which one it is. But having Judlin back is a very hopeful thing. I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock in it yet, because I don't want to get my hopes too high, but he's done a lot of good to great stuff in the past, so I'm really looking forward to, even if it's not a thing that's a lot of original content, I am at least hoping that it's a little bit more consistent and has writing a little bit more on par with normality instead of like we're all like two. So I'm looking forward to a little bit more of a nicely produced show.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I mean, for me, I think the consistency, like you said, it's like if they can just make the basics of the show, make sense, then I think things will be a lot better. But if you kind of are always breaking the rules of what you have supposedly established on the show and things just are weird, then it kind of makes it a little, kind of throws you for a loop sometimes when watching the episode. But Red Rover with the 3 is saying, do you think they will use the revolvers as morphers for Dino Charge? I don't know.
I doubt it.
I've gone back and forth about that because I can see arguments either way.
Yeah, I think it depends a little bit. I have no doubt that they're gonna be in the show, but for some reason I feel like it's gonna be some sort of Jungle Fury route where they just can't do it, and so the Morpher gets shifted to a weapon, and then we get something original. I would like them to just use it because I really like the concept of the Gabba revolver. It's a great toy, and so I'd like to see our version. So I want them to keep it, but I don't know. Given how standards and practices are nowadays, I'm just hoping that it's going to be allowed, but we'll see.
Right, true. Although I wonder if they're still going to do like a little dance or something for when they morph, regardless if they get a different morph or they do something, or I wonder if they're going to like keep the dance motif, all throughout. I mean, I know it's present a lot in the show, but it's like, are they going to tone that down, or because like the whole pirate thing, they've, obviously they've toned that down with Super Mega Force. They've never even mentioned that they're pirate stuff, even though they clearly are. So it makes me wonder if they're going to keep the dance thing or not.
Yeah, I'm not.
I was telling Walter Jones actually when I met him. I was like, "They're doing a dancing thing."
That'd be kind of cool. Like, this has popped up on the chat a couple times about the whole Tommy coming back for Dino Charge thing. If I don't want that to happen at all. I'm fine with no one coming back, honestly. But if they want to bring people back, I would much rather it be someone that's not him. And it's not even because of the whole JDF shenanigans that's going on right now. I just want to see someone else come back and celebrate the franchise. I think having someone from Dino Thunder, if at all possible, it's not Tommy, would be a very cool thing for Dino Charge. If not one of the other MMPR actors, I mean, given the motif, Walter Jones would be great. Any of them really that's not JDF, just because shenanigans aside, like I said, I just really want to see someone else that's hasn't returned come back
Right.
and sort of take over the Dino helm, so to speak.
Right. Although I don't see any of the original team returning like for a very long time, if at all, because of all the, especially when they're invited back for the legendary battle, and that kind of soured the relationships there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I don't see them coming back anytime soon, unless they decide to do something big. I don't know. I was it was a fun little question when I saw when I was at AwesomeCon. I asked David Yost, Walter Jones, like if you could ever and stuff, like they were both like, they weren't really too sure, but David was saying, it would be cool if he got to write like a reunion episode or something, because then he could kind of give all their characters proper storylines and stuff. So that would be kind of neat, if one of them came back and helped write the episode and return or something. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. I think that's one of the benefits of Jason Smith writing right now, is the fact that he has seen so much of the franchise and then sees so much of Sentai as well, that he's a little bit more capable of stringing together a more consistent show. So I'm really hoping he stays on for Dino Charge. I don't know if he will or not, but I think it'd be really cool if he did. Because so far I've really enjoyed his Super Mega Force episodes. I think they're some of the more better written episodes recently, so I'm hoping.
Yeah. Yeah, that would definitely be really cool to have him return and write for the show and stuff. And I liked the tribute episodes that they've done. Like those, I thought they were fun. Like it was kind of like they brought the past Rangers back, but they're to kind of serve a point and kind of help guide the current cast. It was I thought they were kind of fun. And yeah, what Jason Smith has written on the show so far has been pretty good. So it'd be kind of neat to have him return and write some more. Let's see. Gabe Grammer one saying, "What if they make like an American Torin, just like how they did with Doggy Kruger?" I don't know.
I don't think
do you think they'll?
I don't think we need to turn any more animals into reptiles. But having watched Deca Ranger, I can completely understand why they changed Japanese Kruger's head to our version, just because the Japanese version's head is just so weird, so to speak. Apologies to anyone that really digs Japanese Kruger, but it's so fuzzy and weird that I think to match the tone that SPD had with the whole police, kind of a little bit more, not, I don't want to say serious, but focused of a show, it definitely had to change, because I can't picture SPD keeping its tone with with the really bright, fuzzy dog head. Torin, however, I think is definitely a step away from Kruger. I mean, his head's already kind of detailed and moderately scaly. So I don't see them changing Torin at all unless we get rid of him. That'd be the only way I think we would get something different, is if they just ditched him altogether. I don't see him making a new suit for Torin this time around, because I think it matches everything that the Curager footage is and probably what the show's going to be. So I don't think it's too much of a stretch for Japanese Torin to be American Torin too.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it doesn't seem too ridiculous. On the show, it seems it could kind of fit. I could see them doing that. Although it does make me wonder if they will use him at all. I mean, I guess he is in a decent amount of footage, so it would make sense. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
You never really know anymore.
See. Let's do one more question. We'll end with one final question. So post your questions. Make it a good one, guys. This is it.
Dun dun dun.
Let's see. Final question. What is it going to be? Let me refresh my page because I feel like this thing has been loading so slow. So let's see. And if you guys like this as well, post some comments, let us know. We can try and do some more chats and stuff in the future. Some more live streams, which would be fun. Let's see. All right, well, somebody's asking me a question right now. I'll just go with it. Let's go with Florida rules, because I'll take his word for it. Florida rules, yeah. Who would you replace on the Morphin Madness Legend team? I guess let's just use that to just say, what do you think of the final roster for Morphin Madness? I know there was like all this drama over it, which I was so sick and tired of. But for me, I thought the final 5 choices, I mean, granted, there's some I wouldn't have picked, but overall, like, it wasn't bad. I don't know.
I agree with you. I was definitely sick of it. If it wasn't for the fact that we were using the whole drama as very nice podcast comedy material, I would have been absolutely sick of it. But as for the final results, I don't mind the final results. I don't particularly agree with a lot of the final results. Jen making it in is great. Looking at the bracket, she was basically one of my picks too. The other 4, I had completely different picks. But given what they represent, I think Phantom's really the only stupid one. So many people were voting for key purposes instead of actual character purposes. And given the contest, it was, in essence, to make a key set that we might never own. But I don't really agree with that method of voting, and it kind of bothered me a little bit. Because from a character standpoint, Phantom was really stupid. So I don't really see why he made it, other than, oh, we need a Phantom Ranger key because Japan don't got it. That was really about it. But I'm glad Jen made it. That's about as far as my opinion goes on those.
Yeah, I think I was definitely over the whole Morphin Madness thing. I'm glad it's kind of done. Although I'm curious as to, like, it's been a while and they haven't announced any winners or anything, so it's like, what's going on with that? I guess are they going to make the keys first and then announce it or something? Or I don't know.
It's been stuck on come back to see who won forever.
Right. Yeah, so that is Morphin Madness. It is over with, thankfully. And that's it for this little live stream today. Thank you to everybody in the chat. I saw, a bunch of you guys posting questions and stuff. Save them for, the next time we try and do something. We'll plan something else, and we'll do another live stream. And, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you to ShukuenShinobi for joining me. Link to his channel in the description box below. Check him out. Check him out on Twitter as well. Check out the podcast. I have to say this slowly because I always screw it up. Is it Riders, Rangers, and Rambles?
Yes.
Okay, and I always get the order mixed up too. So check him out, the RRR podcast and everything. Yeah, so thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to us as well. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. I'm so close, so please subscribe. And
get them there.
Lots more reviews on the way from both of us. Yeah. Let's go. Let's do this. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and see you guys later.
Take care and have a great one.